Now that it's all jacked up, now it's the fun part. Start draining the transmission fluids and start disassembling like your typical, if you're an NA intake box or cold air short ram intake, disassemble it from the throttle bodies. Or if you're this particular setup turbocharge, take off your sidewinder turbo that's attached to the manifold. If it's a log style, I'm sure it should be okay. Leave your turbo in on that way. But let's do this.
Alright, familiar sight, the T-cam. Well, we are going to need a 14 for my application to take it off with the sidewinder. If you haven't already, make sure you have your typical hand tools or tool set. I got my Craftsman, well, it's more than 100 piece, so. But besides that, let's do this. I'll break this loose.
Usually dinner time, so we'll say 6.
Neighbors. Alright, now disconnect the battery. Where to put you? Out of harm's way. Alright, so now that the typical, say if you have a NA application, cold air intake, short ram intake, you got your box out of the way. Finally got my turbo out of the way. And this is for my battery, but disregard this, please. Now, what we got to do now is take off, disconnect the sensors. Okay, like here. We got the intake temp. Speaking of intake temp, we gotta get the coolant temp out of the way. Gotta pull these two out. After you disconnect your connectors, your reverse tells your car that you shifted to reverse, and this is your lockout solenoid, obviously for the 0506 or your 06 to 11 or probably newer Honda Civics, your VSS vehicular speed sensor is in the front. There's a magnetic sensor that tells, you know, just like a regular gear-driven sensor that you probably see off of the typical B series route, back of the tranny. This one feeds off of third gear. But aside from that, yeah, make sure you disconnect all your sensors. And I think it's a total of 3 for the transmission. 1, 2, 3. I did this because of my setup. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's continue on. Starting off with either get a plier or get a flat tip, and you can pry the little I don't even know what you call this. I can't think of the name right now, but
And that's how you get the first one off. It's going to be a little difficult, but it is plausible to get this thing off. And just like the idea, you want to pry it like so. And then, I usually get the plier. Oops. I'll try to.
okay. There she is. So, to take these off, you want to slide out, push where you see that groove is, and come out. Similarly, pull, push, and it'll come out. I don't know about you guys, but my little washer doesn't stay inside, so I don't know if yours is the same way or not, but usually I just leave it right here and it doesn't go nowhere, even when I'm moving the transmission around. Alright, so far disassembling the connectors are coming to a final on the top part, at least. I'm going to take apart the ground. Should be a 10 millimeter. And I think that's about it. The top half of your transmission side. And also the reason why I didn't hit boost, full boost, even when I hit 22, it was fluctuating because of this thing. It wasn't a solid 22. So haha, I got plenty of lines though. Thank God. But let's do this. 12 millimeter. Yes, I work with my Slippy Slips, let alone their Nike, because I'm a beast. You can get a extension and get to it, but make things a lot easier. But you know, I've done this transmission.
Alright. For RSX or K series in general that I know of, for the DC5/EP3, it'll be this one to drain your fluid. It's nothing hard, it's typical. So usually the B series will do the same thing too. So have fun. Make sure you have the rag. After you drain it, you want to tighten the bolt 100%, so you don't have to do that when you start putting in the transmission again. Usually just, you know, snug will work. you haven't already, take off your wheels. Alright, let me get to work. Yeah, 14 millimeter wrench will hold the nut in place, and well, actually the Allen will hold it in place, while the 14 millimeter nut, you'll see what I'm saying. It's hard to concentrate when you're jamming, you know what I mean? So you want this to go first. And sometimes you get lucky. You can break this loose without using the Allen. Oh, what do you know? Such as here. Haha, I got lucky. No need with the 5 millimeter socket Allen attachment. Alright, so like what I said, this sway bar, like here, it's pretty dark in here, but I got those removed. I'll put back the bolts. I slide the sway bar to the back, and next I'm going to break the bolts that's attached to the rear transmission mount loose, that's attached to the subframe. And after that, then I'll work on the lower control arms, lower control arms on both sides, and get this thing crack. Alright, so the way how this goes is washer, bolt. And this one was from the top on the front part, the two back ones. Simple as that. I like to keep mine as organized. Like him. Alright, so you need a 19 millimeter for the lower control arm, one over here, and there will be one directly underneath the transmission. I need a